time, and this is true, my phone was in my pocket and I butt dialed a Groupon purchase of the CCW gun safety class taught by a U.S. Marine. I figure if I accidentally buy shit with my phone when it's in my pocket, I probably shouldn't carry a gun. A great way to burn down an entire city during a war would be for a plane to drop millions of trick birthday candles. With that in mind, Putin has had a hard enough time defeating Ukraine. Imagine if he also had to contend with our super secret fighting force, Party City. It's Easter today. The unintended consequence of hacking the life and death source code of our universe to bring Jesus back from the dead on Easter is that rabbits now lay colored eggs. The phoenix not only rose from the dead, it also rose from the ashes, meaning Jesus was one-upped by a bird. I think that there should be a hedonistic holiday between Good Friday and Easter, because that's the only day of the year that Jesus is gone. Then on Easter, everybody would stop their orgy, grab their clothes off the floor, and be like, shit, he's back. People who crash and die from texting should have a tombstone that says, sent from my iPhone. People who crash and die from speeding should be buried in a speed bump instead of a cemetery. To them, it's the ultimate insult. A great thing about eating in your car is if you start to choke to death, you can give yourself a Heimlich by driving into oncoming traffic. A head-on car collision is kind of like a pillow fight where the airbags are the pillows. However, unlike during a normal pillow fight, the person who doesn't get walloped with the pillow loses. One time I had to take an online driver improvement course, which contained information on traffic laws and quizzes like I expected, but it also contained weird mental manipulation to try to convince you to be a safer driver. For example, it said, and I quote, seatbelts may mess up your clothes somewhat, but imagine what blood would do to them. A woman's plans to marry the man of her dreams went out the window when the man of her dreams fell out a window. When I die, I want to be hollowed out and made into a piñata containing the inheritance. Or tell people that, but be a normal corpse. Then I want my coffin to be a giant penis. I want my pallbearers or ball bearers to be my most homophobic relatives. I want my gravesite to be strategically placed between two small hills that look like a giant ass. I want me and my penis coffin to be lowered head first into my grave, then raised up again, then lowered again, then raised up again, then lowered again. Then I want to be liquefied with acid, so I shoot out of the tip of the penis coffin. What can I say? I just love nature. I bring new meaning to the phrase laid to rest. Cannibals are the sharks of crowd surfing. The double-blind taste test had to be canceled because while we were eating the first blind guy, the second blind guy escaped. I wonder if people who set themselves on fire in protest eat asparagus first, because the emotional impact of their self-sacrifice might be diminished if their burnt corpse smelled delicious. Decapitation is the ultimate baldness. Cutting a mullet is like castrating a party. If you can't find any eye drops, just make someone cry and hold their head above you. There should be a food where chewing it cleans your teeth so you don't have to brush them. To kill two birds with one stone. 3 birds if you're chewing birds. I want to use a drone to drop bird shit on my enemies' cars, or their heads. By that I mean drop their heads on their cars. If a giant bird could swoop out of the sky, grab you by the shoulders, and carry you off, carry you away, skill at the game Limbo would no longer be useless. My coworker said his puppy chewed his TV remote, so he bought a new one on eBay. I said, a new puppy? Snow conceals the ugliness of a poorly maintained yard. Unfortunately, flakes of dandruff don't do the same for my body. Salt preserves food. I think it does the same thing for people, because the salt from my profuse butt sweat has kept my butt skin silky smooth. I thought of a game you can play at work, where you yawn, and then if a coworker yawns in response, you try to throw a ping pong ball into their mouth. I call it Heimlich golf. If somebody's choking to death, you can save their life by blowing really hard into their asshole. Or at least make the last thought before they die one of confusion rather than terror. My ear doctor told me I had fungus growing in my ears from listening to earbuds too much. You should also check my ears for herpes because I've been listening to my dick all these years. If you don't want your daughter to do porn, tattoo her anus brown so she can't bleach it.
Fun facts about me is that I used to stream and go live during the pandemic, and we do that a lot. And with my streamers, I would actually sing songs to them. And one song in particular is about a redheaded princess who lives under the sea, or it's a whole bunch of shit. So I think her name's Ariel. So I took this song and I posted it to TikTok, and they banned it, and I didn't understand why. You know, it's such a wholesome song. You know? So I was gonna sing it for you guys, if you want to hear it. I hear it. I think you guys can help me figure this out, why they banned this song. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my sex toy collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has butt plugs and things? Look at these troves, treasures untold. How many dildos can one cavern hold? Looking around who you think, sure, she's got lubrication for those things. I've got blindfolds, handcuffs, and whips. I've got cock rings galore. Want a ball gag? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. Fill my holes. I wanna be where the freaky people are. I wanna see 'em fucking. Playing along on those sex swing. Watching porn only gets you so far. Cosplay is more fun in person. Strap-ons are fun because they're ever hard. Up where they suck, up where they fuck, up where they come all over your butt. I'll suck you clean. Wish I could be part of that. BCLT. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to get double fisted and come like a slut? I'll suck you later. Wish I could be part of that orgy. I don't know why TikTok would ban it. Your guess is as good as mine. So, it's the first time I've been here to the Sunday Night Funnies. I saw that I'm the only girl in the lineup, so it makes me a little nervous being the only woman sometimes on the lineup, because I feel like eventually they're gonna take me somewhere to the back and there's gonna be a cocky sprung on me, so it makes me a little nervous. But my name is Amy Jo, and you guys have a great night. You've been a great audience, okay?
A good shot of the boobs right there. Yeah.
My name is Russell Joe Carbs. No, I don't have a cleavage. I don't have an ass either. Look at this. Yeah, my dad cheated off when I was 12 and it never grew back. My name is Russell K. Carbs. The K stands for could have been a comedian but had too many kids and didn't wear a condom. How's it going? Yeah, I recently turned 40, and I had to switch from boxer briefs to briefs. And I knew I had to switch when I started teabagging the toilet water. We found out that my dog has worms. My wife wants me to take him to the vet, but I think I'm going to take him fishing. Yeah, I had Easter dinner with my family. And my brother, turns out, he's got his girlfriend is now his fiance. So that's pretty cool. Turns out fiance is a French word for a girlfriend who's late on her period. I feel real comfortable doing that joke because I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 4.5-year-old marriage. My 5-year-old is babysat by my aunt, and my aunt is married to a black guy. And they got mixed race kids, and I don't have any problem with that. That's my uncle, those are my cousins, I love them. But it does lead to some awkward questions. Like the other day, 5-year-old comes home, rubs my wife's pregnant belly and says, "Dad, what if the next baby comes out black?" I felt like I had to be honest. I'm like, if the next baby comes out black, that means you're going to get a stepmom. And she's seen enough Disney movies to know she doesn't want that. So I was having a hair loss problem and I solved it. Shaving my head. You can't even tell I'm balding. But it does lead to some, it's weird though, because I'm a white guy with a shaved head, so people assume things like I'm racist or I have cancer. And that's ridiculous, because I don't have cancer. Alright, I got a reaction. I'm not racist either, but this next joke is. If a Mexican gets medical marijuana, would get 2 green cards. It's funny, I used to not believe in white privilege until like there's racial tensions in the media, and then I'm like, oh man, I wish these racial tensions would die down so I could tell that joke again. Right along. I have a daughter, and I have another daughter on the way. I'm 40 years old. Like, I'm a little old to be getting started, so I'm done. I'm not gonna be like one of those guys that keeps going and going, trying for the boy. But like my dad gives me shit. He's like, oh, you gotta pass on the family last name. Like, Dad, it's 2022. Women can also pass on the family last name. Woo! But no one's ever gonna give you that advice. No one's ever gonna say, hey, raise your daughters in such a way that they'll have kids out of wedlock. In some ways, having boys or having girls is better than having boys. like biblically speaking, I'll be able to trade daughters for some pretty cool shit. Like 40 head of cattle and some land. What would I ever be able to trade a boy for? I mean, there's nothing the Catholic Church has that I want. I want to get one of those. I want to get a new car. I want to get a foreign car. I want to get a foreign car. I want to get a British car, because that way I'm out drinking and driving, it'll appear as if I'm the passenger. I believe alcoholism is a disease that I want to be prescribed medical marijuana for. Kind of broke, so I can't even buy my best drink. My favorite drink, I like Captain Morgan rum. But I can only afford Admiral Nelson rum. Gets you fucked up quicker. You're like, I could have been a captain. I'm jealous of gay people. I'm jealous of gay people, and here's why. When a gay person comes out of the closet, not everybody, but a lot of people are very supportive. But when I came out of the closet as a guy with a foot fetish, even my gay cousin was like, no. Let's just keep our private lives private. So I was talking to him, and he's like, you would actually put a foot in your mouth? Like, you would actually put a in your mouth? It's like, well, people don't walk on their dicks. I'm like, yeah, but they don't pee out of their feet. All right, keep them coming with the dick jokes. That's what you guys are telling me based on that response. Yeah. I'm married and I'm uncircumcised. And I only tell you those two facts because I came up with a great pickup line about it, but I can't use it because I'm married. So if you're a single guy out there and you're uncircumcised, this is all you have to do. You just have to walk up to like a pretty lady and say something like, it's all good in the hood. A daughter and another daughter on the way, so that's pretty cool. The first daughter we had a name picked out. This one we don't have a name. And my buddy was like, hey, you can name a baby after how you conceived it. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, so if you did it missionary style, you named it something like, something biblical like Mary or Joseph. But if you did it doggy style, you named it something like Benji or Michael Vick. But we conceived after some makeup sex, so we're going to name it Mary Kay or maybe Maybelline. Yeah, makeup sex, because my wife overheard me telling my brother that I wanted some strange. So that night she dressed like a clown and tried to stick a finger in my butt. But that was strange and it made me giggle. Spent a lot of my time trying to be a good dad, like I read books about it, like I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, which inspired me to write a book about my dad. It's called Asshole Dad, Cool Grandpa. I want to be a good dad, I do bad dad things, so if I got naked photos of my wife on my phone, you can't have bad photos on your phone if you got kids, they'll find them. Dad, why are there naked photos of mom on your phone? I don't know, because she was sleeping. She's on a prescription Ambien, so she needs her sleep. And Ambien's not like a female Viagra, it doesn't get her in the mood for sex, but it does put her in the position. Fun fact, Ambien was the #1 drug prescribed from Dr. Huxtable. And I'm different. Like, I like being married. Like, I would marry again. If things didn't work out, I would marry again. But I wouldn't marry again for the same reason. Like, I never marry again for love. I marry for something I need, like sex every day. And my next wife would marry me for something she needs, like citizenship. My wife, of course, doesn't like my make-believe second wife. I'm like, take it easy, baby. She's only a teenager. I like your guys' laughter, I like your groans. Sometimes you're doing shows, and there'll be like a bachelor party in the front row, and they're groaning my jokes, and I get it, but they're doing grosser things than they're in my jokes. Like, they did the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. They're doing my jokes, but they're drinking their drinks through these little penis straws. And I get it, that's what happens at bachelor parties, but these women, they were drinking White Russians. Like, man, you'll never see the Mally equivalent. You never see a guy at a bachelor party drinking a Bloody Mary from a plastic vagina. Thank you guys. My name's been Russell Cars.
And Chris Brown's been in the news a lot in recent years, and it's not really music related. Like, he's not putting out hits anymore. He's just hitting. And I'm worried about the youth and going forward in the future, because I will admit, he's pretty good. The not hit part, but good music part. But when they looked up Chris Brown's greatest hits, it's gonna take him to World Star. And I don't know if you're familiar, that's a site you don't want to be on. I don't know. I'm kind of worried for the future a little bit. What can I say? But I do believe there's power within last names. When it comes to Brown, you got Chris Brown, Bobby Brown, James Brown. That's music, rhythm, and coke. It's a hard line to beat. Say it away, tough. But when I think about it, who could beat that lineup? Who could challenge him? Let's think the Walkers for instance. Darius Walker. If you're into football, recently drafted Kevin Walker from Michigan State University. If you like football, There we go. But then we have, best walker along, Paul Walker. We all know how that ended. Fast. That's only to be more furious. But when I was trying to figure this out, I was like, all right, who could beat the Browns? I want to take the easy way of writing this joke and say GRPD. I put a little more thought behind it, guys. I thought about it a little further. I thought about the Kardashians and Jenners, because no one's been better at destroying the Browns. Let's not think Kanye. Let's think Lamar Odom. A few years back, Lamar Odom played for the Lakers, played with Kobe, won a championship, won a ring. They took this guy from passing the rock to smoking the rock. Throwing the underpass, he's now smoking crack under your local underpass. It's hard to beat. Any NASCAR fans in here? Okay. At least you gave me silence. I usually vote for silence when I say that. But, I'm not the biggest fan of NASCAR. They're not the biggest fan of me, I gotta understand. But when they polled of 10 people, 9 out of 10 people believe NASCAR is a superior sport because it requires 2 balls instead of 1. I thought there was Dan for Patrick, but Wikipedia only tells us so much these days. You get less some things out, maybe 2 things out. I don't know. I'm not asking. I'm just trying to figure it out. But in not so recent news, you had Brandon Brown. He won his first race in NASCAR. And the crowd was going crazy. They were ecstatic about it. And they panned the camera over. They found out the crowd wasn't saying, "Let's go Brandon." Actually, they were saying, "Fuck Joe Biden." And in that moment, I'm going to vote for Brandon. Because to have the biggest moment of your life taken away from you, just like that. Well, it's like when I was in 4th grade in the spelling bee, which I won. What can I say? All right, thank you. But 9 minutes later, the Twin Towers collapsed. How do you follow that up? I couldn't break the tension with a joke. I couldn't say, "Mrs. Reagan." 4th grade teacher. What did the state tell his son when he won the spelling bee? Well done, right? That doesn't get the job done. Because unlike that plane, I don't think that joke would hit. But unlike that plane, their joke would have been safe. Alright. I work in the chiropractic office. We did an expo not too long ago in Kentwood, senior health and fitness. And we got to check out our seniors. Wasn't great. I had 2 interactions that really just stuck with me. First gentleman, I asked him, "Sir, who do you see for your spinal health?" He replied with, "I'm 86 years old. I don't know if I want to be alive anymore." Sir, I think this is the best time for you to be alive. You got the same will Kind of hope I pushed him in a different direction. Next interaction, completely other direction. Gentleman came by, he said, I asked him, sir, who do you seek your help, your asylum help? And he replied with, nothing actually. He just looked at me. He stared, he glared, then he said, I miss the good old days. He turned, continued walking away. And it left me with more questions, honestly. Because I was like, was he talking about the days where he could walk? Or the days where my boat was like 3/5? Was he talking about the days where he could stand, or the days he could tell me to sit? I wasn't sure. But I think I would point in the direction of the south, honestly. I think things didn't change too much over there. You gotta look at Alabama. They're a little closer to the musket than the self-driving car way of things. Not too much. And at the same time, you kind of think like, man, those people, they maybe will die out. You don't have to worry about that. But I'm telling you, they're keeping the recipe in house. If you know what I mean. It's like Lee's famous recipe. It's not that famous though, because you have a different breed there. You have dunkles, dad and uncles, and the outside you have moms, mom aunts. I think the family unions get a little confusing, to be honest, if you're asking me. Because over there, they're hurting business. They have single-handedly, with their family unions, put farmers only and Christian Mingle out of business. Because you would never find better chemistry than the Alabama family union. Just saying. It's a lot of eye contact and missionary. And can you fault it? Missionary is that Honda Civic of positions. Safe, reliable, and gets you to your destination. I keep it easy. I keep it simple with that. Efficient. Any MMA fans? Mixed martial arts. Alright. So, for those of you that don't know, MMA is basically put two guys in a cage and you tell them kill each other, but not really. And I know, not that great of rules. For my taste, I think Fight Club had better rules. Because the first rule of Fight Club is talk about Fight Club. We fucked it up, guys. There was one rule. We were getting there. But the hardest part isn't someone trying to head, knees, shoulder you to the face. The hardest part is actually cutting weight. And I will tell you, and it's small things. We'll keep it a secret. I got the solution to this issue. And I think the best way is recreational chemotherapy. I'm just saying. I think insurance are covered. You take Anderson Silva, 185-pound fighter. You take him down after a few treatments at 125. Who beats him? Who wins? Cancer, guys. Cancer wins now. Undefeated.